Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the March setup in my bullet journal. This video might be a little bit late as I am recording this voiceover on Sunday, the day it's supposed to be going live, but life happens. I've been working on and off on some paperwork for a restaurant that I do not own, it's somebody else's, but that's been taking up a lot of my time because there's a lot of loose leaf paper that I have to go through to organize and all of that good stuff. But anyways, we are here for March and it is a Clover theme, and if you follow my Twitter, you know that I sort of consciously, subconsciously, maybe accidentally picked clovers for my theme for March without just straight up fully forgetting that St. Patrick's Day exists. And I truly just wanted green and simple for my theme today, something that I could easily whip up, do the decorations for by hand without having to dedicate hours at a time to it. So I went with a simple green Clover theme. I'm using the only two green Tombow markers that I have, which are colors 133 and where's the other one? Oh, there it is. I'm looking right at it. And 173. 133 being the current one that I'm using right now, and which is the lighter green, and then 173 is the darker green that I'm going to go in with to do shadows, which I'm using right now. And I did this was very relaxing, let me tell you that. I think I was watching like a couple hour-long YouTube videos while doing this, and it was just, I didn't plan my shadows beforehand, so it was very fun to like plan them while I was coloring. I feel like that added just like a more organic situation. But the clovers are very simple. I just drew a very loose circle, then divided that circle into 4, and then in each quarter I did like a very loose heart, so the heart doesn't fully connect to a point in the middle. It sort of swoops in the middle to make it more leaf-like and less heart-like. So that's what I did, and then I did some loose clover leaves around the place to fill in the empty space. And you'll see that I left the left-hand side blank until the very end because I truly did not know what to put there. I was thinking during the week when I was thinking about the theme and trying to figure out what it is, how I was going to do it. I was like, the left-hand side is usually a decorative piece with the right-hand side being the title card. And I was contemplating doing like a painting, but then I was like, I don't have enough time for that. I really don't, and the space, because my desk is at the time was covered in the paperwork, and so I was like, with the very limited space that I have, I'm not gonna do a painting. I mean, I wasn't gonna do a painting, but I'm going in with some ballpoint pens. These are like, when I tell you these are very cheap ballpoint pens, like they're literally like dollar store basic with a Z ballpoint pens. I use the green one, and then I have this I think it's a Pentel RSVP in a dark green that I pinched from my mother because she doesn't use dark green ink. And that's what I'm using for the darker shadows that I sort of added. I was going for this sort of 80s 90s retro font that's also sort of kind of maybe close to graffiti if I did like a drop shadow on it. I used to draw graffiti in my books. I used to do commissioned graffiti when I was in school. That was like for like a month, and then I stopped doing it, also because like it was too time consuming, and I didn't talk to people in high school as much. I had a very rough high school experience, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for me creating what's quite possibly one of my favorite setups so far in the year, and it's only March. And I did really enjoy January's setup because I had a sticker sheet for it. But I enjoyed February's as well, just because it was something different and something bright. But March, I think, is the theme that I didn't know I needed, and now I have it, and it's I can't wait to start using it because we still have the rest of this week left in February. But oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's just so calming for some reason. Green is a very calming color. Even though, I don't know, it's a very calming color to me at least. But yes, the cover page is just about done. I'm adding in some sparkles with the pens, the Tombow pens. And then we're going to move on to, I believe it's the monthly grid next. I believe so. What am I doing? Am I contemplating something? Oh, I'm doing the border. That's right. I completely forgot that the border was there. So usually I do the border in my 0.8 pen to make it extra nice and thick. But I was like, the black is stark enough as it is. I don't want it to take away from the peacefulness that is the green. So I use my smallest in 0.3 to do the line. And I think the daintiness, the thinness, the slimness, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I think the daintiness is what I was going for, fits much better. Oh, we're doing the flip through first. So yes, February, I will link it up in the card and down in the description if you want to see it. But a flip through, I did a lot more journaling this month, probably because I just had a lot to talk about. Like, a lot happened, but also it feels like it didn't. But yeah, it's weird. But I still journaled a lot this month, which is really good. I really like the fact that I journaled a lot because it means like I'm remembering more of what's happening during my day to actually write about, which is great. I love that. And now, like I said, we're on to the monthly grid where I repeated basically the same header, but because I did this after I did the cover page, as in like the sketching, so I've completely just forgotten how I did the letters and I winged it. Even though I used the cover page as a reference, it still looks a tiny bit like different. Like it's not done by the same person. It's not the same font. But I kind of also like that because the text style that I was basing it off of, there's so many different versions of it because there's so many different like eras of like that time, if that makes sense. But then there's also like bringing it back and then redesigning it, reimagining it and all of that. But I'm just basically going through the same thing that I did with the cover page, with the lighter green first as the base and then using the darker green as the shadows to add depth. Using a scrap piece of washi to mark off the edge of the grid itself so I don't get marker all over it. And you might notice there's something off about the monthly grid. And thankfully, I noticed that there was something off about the monthly grid while I was recording. Because if I noticed it while I was editing, I was going to fight somebody. And this video isn't going to have much B-roll because it's too late, honestly. It's way too late. I'm recording the voiceover and I usually record the B-roll before the voiceover so that they can be in their spot in between the clips. But yeah, I'm in my simplicity era again, apparently. So I'm just like, I'm not overcomplicating anything anymore. I just don't have the time or the energy to do that. But getting back to the grid, you might notice that there is an incorrect the grid is just incorrect, plain wrong, straight up wrong, right? And like I said, I did notice this while I was recording, and you'll see that I actually like pause and realize I'm like, this doesn't look right. And I check with February and I realize, oh, I included February 28th, but I labeled it the 1st. Incorrect. So I had to do a little bit of surgery. I say surgery, it's not really surgery. I have I have tons of scrap pieces of cut dot grid paper from previous journals that I just use to basically block out the Friday square that's marking the 1st, and I turn it, I didn't turn it into anything, I don't think. And then because I did it incorrectly, that means that the 31st was left out. Because every day gets pushed over one, so the 31st was left out, and the 31st is a Monday. So what I did was I created a little tip end that's essentially the same size as the Monday square, or just the squares of the calendar, and I put washi tape on one side that matches the theme, and then I put clear tape on the other side so that it doesn't fall off, right? Because I didn't want the washi tape showing on the outside. So it's basically just saying, oh, there's my head. It's basically just saying, I'm basically just saying, holy, that I have it set up in a way where I can fold out the 31st to get to the 3rd, and then fold it back when the 31st is here, essentially. But it to me, it's pretty ingenious, if I do say so myself. I really liked how I came up with that and actually implemented it and didn't get frustrated. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Like I didn't get insanely frustrated at myself for making such a simple mistake. It's very easy because I pre-sketched these when I set up the journal for the 2025 setup video. I pre-sketched all of these things, and I think it's here when I pull out the calendar that I'm like, hold on. No, it's after. And these, you're probably wondering why I'm going to use a glue stick on this. These were printed on the wrong side of the paper, but I'm still using them because that's like, I have glue. I have access to glue. And I think it's here. No. It's when I'm putting the days down, as in Monday through Sunday, is when I'm putting those down that I realize that Friday is just a little too high. Friday's too high. This can't be right. And then I check February's calendar and I realize, oh, I included the 28th but labeled it the 1st, so my days are off. I really should have used the smaller. I don't think it would have made a difference actually now that I'm looking at it. I'm thinking as I'm watching this back, I should have used the script days instead of the cursive ones, or the the other ones basically, instead of there it is, there's the realization. I feel like I should have used the other ones, but I don't think it would have made a difference because Wednesday, I don't think it would have made a difference if I used those. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. Because I did use them for February. Uh-oh. I'm destroying things. But yes, here is the fix. And it sort of blends in pretty well. And I'm kind of proud of it. Kind of. Oh no, the script would have fit better, but I think because of how I've rounded, like I separated the calendar into 2 separate blocks and rounded the corners, it still wouldn't have quote unquote fit. It would have hung off a little bit. They would have been bumping up to each other, but I think I mentioned this in the February setup, that I'm going to be alternating between yellow and purple because those are misprints, and I'm just going to use my stickers to make life easy for me. So now I'm just labeling where March starts in my journal, and it's going to be grand. To this day, after a year of using labels like this, I still feel like I'm using them incorrectly, as in like I'm putting them on the wrong page to get to the month. I feel like I shouldn't be on the cover page. It should be not the cover page, as in like it shouldn't be on the right hand side of the cover page. It should be on the left one, so that when I pull it towards me, it opens to the cover page of March, not to the projects and blank page of March. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's just what I've been thinking that on and off. And it's just like, well, whenever I'm using the tab, I'm not flipping. My intention isn't to go to the cover page. It's to go to my projects and task list. So I am using it correctly for what I need. But for like a table of contents point of view, it's incorrect or it's different. I don't know. But that's just how my brain is working right now at the minute. But like I said, we're onto our projects and tasks list, where I write down the projects that I want to get done, which at the moment is a repeating list from last year because I just can't seem to get anything done. I have made some progress on some of them, but it's like something is just blocking me from finishing them. And I think it's because I don't have the full image in my head of what I want the end result to look like. So I don't know how to get the step. I don't know what steps to do because I don't know what the end result looks like. But yes, so projects, events, tasks, deadlines, and challenges. My challenges change throughout the month. It's like read a book, finish a banner, design something, apply for something, whatever. It's a challenge that I want to do. Deadlines are, if I set myself deadlines, which I never remember to do, but I keep the space there just in case. I never remember to do, and that's where they go. And the page on the right is the blank page for random notes, stuff like that. In February, I'm using it to keep track of the hours that I work because I am getting paid for doing the bookkeeping stuff for that restaurant. So I'm keeping track of how many hours and my rate there. I've made a couple notes on like an anime that I watched. I think I'm going to go make a note about, or maybe I'll do it in this current weekly spread, about the K-drama that I just finished, because holy. Anyways, we're on to the first weekly spread of the month. And then I'm just going with my classic, like, I say classic, it's this new layout that I've fallen in love with. I've pseudo divided the page into 4. However, each day only gets a half of it, but then that half is divided into half again, which is the pencil marks that I'm pulling in. Very light pencil marks to basically just divide the day into 2 columns. So like when it's filled in, it just looks like I've very neatly placed my tasks and notes and journaling into 2 separate columns. And I'm not doing much decorations on these because I believe this clip actually cuts off because my alarm goes off to take my medication. So I completely forgot about doing decoration for this. Yeah. As in, like, I wanted to put in clovers and stuff, not just the washi tape. Clovers in the background to write over, like how I did for the February with the hearts in the corner. I want to put the clovers in the background of these, but I think day by day I'll do that instead, because then I can really pick and choose where I put the clovers to make the spread more interesting to the eye. And I keep forgetting to post my spreads to Instagram. I truly do. I made a short for the channel of me like setting up a blank weekly. And I haven't looked at it since. I haven't looked at it, but I keep forgetting that I can make short form content during the weeks where I'm not doing stuff for the big videos, like the monthly setups and my quarterly reading journal, which is another one that I have to film because I need to film the last entry, which is I'm not going to spoil it actually. My second book of the month. I need to record the entry for that, and then I can start editing the video. I've been recording the entries separately, and I've been doing it very differently, but I'm going to explain all that in the actual video. So if you want to watch that video, stick around, subscribe, so you get notified of when I post a video. But yeah, I just picked a random piece of paper that was as close to green as I could find. And this is a green, is a very muted green that's almost blue, but I didn't want to go through all of my papers because I don't think I have a green that actually fits this unless I painted it, and I didn't do that because I wasn't all that prepared for this video. But I did pull over the green. I just did a big clover in the center, semi-center of the page behind that scrap paper. And I think that whenever I open up this page, the spread, I just think, wow, that there's something about that just feels right. Even though color-wise they don't match, but something about it just felt right. And it didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel like a mistake or anything. It just felt fine. And I was fine with that. Oh, it was there. It was just there. That jump. That was my alarm going off. And no, I did not go take my medication. I finished this because I was on a roll, and then I went to take my meds because it didn't take me long to finish this. I just needed to do the pen. That was it. And then I could flip through and be done. So yeah, I think that is it for this video right now. As we're doing the final decorations, I think I do like a tiny little flip through from this cover page to the monthly, and then that's it. So while that's happening, thank you so much for joining me this month, for watching my setup. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I will hopefully try and come out with some more shop related things. I'm trying to figure out how to do that in general, to be honest, because I'm struggling with some of the like behind the scenes stuff to get set up. But yeah, that is I think that will be it for this video. I've rambled on for too long. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe so you get notified of when I post a video. I'm trying to do it every Sunday, or like the upload day will be a Sunday when the videos come out. And like if I do a short, it'll be up on Sunday, maybe, I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to aim for. But yes, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye 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 bye.